Hello, Valley Middle School of STEM. This is Mr. Martin coming to you today with a fun and exciting STEMs Day activity. Today in Eagle Time, you are going to be designing and building and testing some carriers to go down a zip line. Before we get started today, did you know that the world's longest zip line is in the United Arab Emirates? It is a single cable that stretches almost 2 miles in length, and it's in the middle of a mountain range in the UAE, and at some points you are over 5,000 feet above sea level, hanging Superman style, going to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and say no thank you to that, but hey, maybe some of you are adventurous and can give that a shot at some point. Today we're going to be working a little more small scale. But just a reminder, we do these STEMs Days activities in order to go through and practice and look at our collaborative design process, a process that your teacher should be using with you during their classes. So I'm going to go through each of these steps and then explain what you're going to do. And we always start our design process with a challenge. So here's your challenge today. Working in small groups, we're talking about groups of 3. You are going to design and build a carrier that is going to carry a ping pong ball down an 8-foot zip line, and you're going to try to do it without losing the ball in under 5 seconds. Some constraints that you have, you will be limited on your resources. So in your group, you are only going to get the materials provided. You're going to get a straw, but you can do whatever you want, cut it up, tear it up, tape it up. It is up to you. A sheet of paper, some masking tape, metal washers, and a paper cup. We always start, before we just jump in and building, we're going to slow down a little bit, and we're going to take a look at some brainstorming. So in your groups of 3, you're going to do a little observing, wondering, brainstorming. Knowing the limited materials you have, how are you going to construct this carrier? How are you going to attach it to the zip line, where you can then get it off the zip line too? How are you going to balance the weight? How are you going to use weight to make it go faster? What about friction on the fishing line? What materials are going to work best when you are hanging it on the line? All things to consider during this brainstorming time. Your teachers are going to give you about 5 minutes to do some thinking. And then we go into our design phase. For designing, you're going to take that sheet of paper you get in your group, and you're going to sketch out on it. Make a drawing. What is it going to look like? What materials do we need? Make sure everything is planned out, ready to go. Then we get into our creating, our building phase. So in your group, build your carrier. Remember, you can only use materials that were provided for you. So do your best. Keep all those constraints in mind as you are building. Then, after you build, you're going to go test it out. Kind of the build and test it out phase kind of go hand in hand together. And you're going to attach it to the zip line. You're going to secure the ping pong ball in the carrier, and you're going to let it go like Elsa taught us. And you're going to do some observing. You're going to evaluate, gather information. What worked? What didn't work? Did it make it down the zip line? Did it not? What do you need to fix? Did it make it down, but it was really, really slow? How can you adjust? This whole process is about testing, evaluating, testing again, evaluating. Your goal is to try to get the fastest time. Teachers, while they're working on this, you can set up the zip line in your classroom. You've got 8 feet of fishing line and some masking tape. You can set it up on the back of a chair, perhaps a table, a wall, a bookshelf, anywhere that it would be secure, and then you're going to want to drop it down to a lower height. I have a picture where I've highlighted the zip line. You don't want the angle to be too steep, then the challenge will be too easy. So play around with that. I've been using kind of a 30-degree angle from parallel to the ground. After you've done your building, testing, fixing, and hopefully successfully completed the challenge, we're going to pause and do a little share out. So, as a class, Share out what worked, what didn't work. What did you observe from your own carrier? What did you observe from other groups that they did? Maybe things you saw that were really good ideas that you want to give them some props. What do you wonder about? Maybe if I gave you different materials, or I could have done better had we used this type of straw instead of the straws that we got. Think about how you could possibly extend this activity, maybe if you had different materials from your classroom. Then, of course, most importantly, we need to clean up, make sure our Eagle Time space looks good for the next group that is going to come in here, and making sure that Mr. Martin gets all of his supplies back that can still be reused. Here's a suggested schedule for the Eagle Time teachers. The video right now is going to run about 7 minutes. Looks like we're going to come in a little under. Take about 5 minutes to brainstorm and design. Get about 20 minutes to build, test, repeat. 5 minutes or so to clean up. And then really, really important, take that time to share. Good luck, everybody. I hope you are very successful. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck.